Hello everybody, Angie here, coming on to try and finish up this cute little project inspired by Louise Heinzl on Junk Journal Arts over on YouTube. Highly suggest you give her channel a peek. I just recently found her doing the open collage with her and Pam from the Paper Outpost, and I'm so glad I found her channel because she's so inspiring, so talented. And she made this project called a what was it, what did you say, envelope notebook. And I'm going to do my spin on it. I'm doing a little tweaks and little changes, trying to make it my own, and I'm doing more of a shabby chic kind of feel theme to it. So I thought we would get going and try and get this finished up. Where we left off yesterday, I had pretty much done my elements. I've gotten my two envelopes put together. I just did not close off the end because I have to sew in the signature first, but I've got my papers for my signature, and in doing so, the signature is going to go wrap around the side of the envelopes like so. But I figured I'd needed a cover, so I did go ahead and cut another piece of the matching designer series paper here for a cover, because we had just left it plain and I didn't like that look. I also went ahead and glued on some white lace trim to all the edges, just to give it a little extra little delicate look. So I like that. So that will go around like so, with a cover like so. And then once we get that sewn in, that will hold the signature in place, and then we will attach a tie to the edges, corners of each envelope, and then it will wrap around, and once that is closed, it will hold everything in place. The flaps kind of keep the signature in place, and then the tie will come down here. So it's a really, really cute project. So let's get going. Enough talking. Before I sew the signature in, I thought I should probably, just because it might be easier, let me see. It might be easier to figure out how I'm going to decorate the cover page here. I have a whole bunch of elements here, so I don't know what I want to go with as of yet. I've been flipping through all these pieces and I just totally have not decided, but we will do so now. Now this is one side here, and I have this lovely, lovely picture that was gifted to me by a swap partner that I have on Facebook. And isn't this portrait darling? But I don't have two of them. I thought about using her on one side, but I would definitely want something equally as gorgeous to put on the other side. And I just don't have anything that really matches with that. So I've been hoarding her. I'm going to save her for another project, but I just wanted to share that with you. Absolutely pretty. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, moving right along. I have some vintage postcard paper, digitals. I have ledger paper. I have washi paper, picture of florals. I have some little lightweight chipboard florals. I have some labels. I have some tickets. And I just don't know what I want to do. I have some lace. And I really like the way that Louise Heinzl decorated hers. She kind of did the layout and then cut it. So when the flap is closed, it all looks like one piece. But then when it opens, you know, they separate. So I do kind of like that look. And I've done that before in other projects. But it just kind of reminded me of the option. So I don't know, I kind of like this, but it's kind of large. I guess I could cut it down. Just be patient with me, guys. Sorry, I'm just kind of thinking my way through this, and I just wanted to take you guys along on the process here. Yeah, I think I want to go with that. And then when that opens up, you'll see, when it's closed, you'll see the full flower. That might be okay. And then I have some pearls and stuff as well. You know what? I'm just gonna keep it simple, and I do want to keep it flat because there's enough bulk already with the signature. So I don't want to add to that too much. I think I'm gonna go with that look, guys. Let me grab my scissors here. I'm gonna trim away some of this so it will fit on the cover. So I need to cut down the height just a bit. Let's see if that'll work. Okay. Have to lose a little bit of this leaf spot here. And really, you can't really even tell that I've cut it down, to be honest. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with that. I think so. I'm gonna have to lose that leaf also, I think. But really, if you choose to do this project, decorating it is totally up to you, of course. And the theme, or you know, whatever design you decide to go with is totally up to you. Okay, so let's guess it doesn't really matter which side I put it on. I'm gonna move this out of the way just so I have a flat surface to work on for a moment. Well, actually I got to take that back in because I'm gonna have to adjust for the envelope flap. And I realize if you look at Louise Heinzl's video, hers just makes it look so simple. I know I'm making mine way more difficult than necessary, but I am just trying to tweak it a little bit and make it my own. I don't want to, you know, totally copy hers or, you know, I was just so inspired. I just had to give it a try. And I'm really liking it. I'm enjoying the process. So, okay. So this is going to go like that. And that's going to be closed. So I want to glue that down there. Okay, and I think I'll just use my glue stick since it's just printer paper weight paper. And I'm gonna have to mark it. Okay, where I need to put the glue. Put a little pencil line there. Try to move quickly so we can get the most of this done in time allowed, okay guys? So if I get a little rushy, I do apologize. If that's a word, rushy. I just, okay. And then trim that off. And then adhere the rest of it to line up like that. Okay, turn this sideways here so I can kind of see. Here we go. And down she goes. A little more glue, it got dry on me. Okay, isn't that pretty? Very nice. Okay, so then we need to bring a little something over to this side. So When it's closed, it looks fine, but then when it opens, I don't know if I like that. I like the label. Let's see what else I've got here. Maybe just the label. So I'm going to use some pearls. Maybe just a label, I think. I'm going to try just a label. Yeah. Okay. So we need to find something for the other side. And I guess since we went with that flower, I did cut out another one. It's kind of large though. And we'll have to trim that one down as well. Okay, we're just gonna go with that. I think that looks okay. And I think I'll put this one on this side. Give me a little guideline as to where I need to put the glue. And we'll go right about there. Trim off the extra. Carefully here, so I can do it. Okay. Everything lined back up. Right how we want it. Perfect. Okay. Now let's get this side. And I'm gonna hold it in place. I'm just gonna put a little clip there. Pardon my head for a moment. Okay. Down we go. All right. I could trim off that piece. I think that looks okay. Need a label or something on this side. Here's another one. Okay, put that right there. Then we're going to get the signature sewn in and get the envelope sealed up so it will be all one piece and it will quit flopping around on me. And then we can continue on with any further decorating that we choose to do. So you guys can see the complete construction all as one. All right, I've got my poke tool, I've got my needle, I've got my twine, and I'm using a white cotton twine here since I've got some white going through the project with some white lace, and I do have some white trim as well. So okay, so let me get this lined up one more time and make my marks. right there. Snugly. Use a clip. And hope it doesn't move on me. All right. My papers. Oops. See, I'm just all over the place here. Let me do this one more time. We need our signature in there, don't we? Get that lined up. Now get that lined up. Very good. Okay. That wasn't too bad. Okay, clip it. And I am just going to eyeball my holes. Kind of guesstimate where the middle is, right about here. Actually, I could probably do a 2-hole stitch, I think. Well, I better do 3 because it's kind of thick. So, there's 1. 2. And 3. And here we go. Pull your twine, your thread, whatever you're using, snugly. You definitely don't want your signature slipping and flopping around on you. That last one is always a little tight. There we go. Okay, make sure you come in on the opposite side. So, of the middle thread there. So you'll be able to tie it off in a knot. Okay. I definitely gave myself enough thread, didn't I? Cut some of that off. Don't need all that. Okay. Just pull it a little tight. Make sure it's snug. And tie it in a knot. Now, I could take this off now. These are open, okay? They can be glued down. If you want, you can glue up each side of each of them if you use my method of making your own envelopes. Or, it doesn't really matter because once you close this up and seal it off, the pockets are closed anyway, and then that creates one pocket right down the middle. So all I'm doing is saving a little bit of glue in one step by not sealing those off. Okay, so now that I've got my signature in, I can close it off. That's where that little flap comes in. It's going to wrap around both of the outside pieces of the envelope, and it's going to go under this top layer right there. Okay, so now I can glue that off. Put a little glue down. And then glue this piece down. Okay, and that is the complete construction of the project of your double envelope notebook, guys. That's it right there. Okay, now of course this will flip up, but once we get our closures on here and get our tie, that will hold everything together and in one place. And you have one large pocket right here, which I do need to close that off. I didn't close the sides, but we do need to close off the middle. That's what I missed. So let's run some glue right there, because you don't want your... So like I said, this is a little bit more work on my project, because I am using my own, making my own envelopes. But if you use 2 pre-made envelopes, you will save yourself some steps there. Okay, so there it is. You've got one pocket right here. Then when you open it up, you've got your signature. I've made a double pocket. There's one pocket there, one pocket there. Then when you flip it over, there's your decorated side there. Other side of your signature, double pocket there and double pocket there. Okay, 2 pockets. And it looks like this might have shifted on me a bit. I don't like that. Darn it. Can you see how that moved on me? How can I fix that? I guess I can bring something else in. Maybe another element to kind of cover that. That doesn't look too bad. I'm going to do that. I'm going to cut this down because it's too big. So don't let small mistakes like this bother you. There's always a way that you can get around it. Okay, we're going to do the same process. I'm just going to glue down this top piece. To cover that up. And then we'll trim it off and line it up. Or you could just leave it as one also. No, we'll trim it off. We'll have both sides the same. Okay, so put some glue on here. I'm gonna have to hold this up so I can try and get it straight this time. Okay, there we go. Very cute. All right, so now let's get our other closure piece done. I brought in 2 white eyelets. And she did use a reinforcing piece. And I just cut a little strip. It's what, almost 1.25 inches by 2 inches. And that is for just to reinforce the middle here, because when you do your tie, and you'll see in just a moment, it's going to probably do a little wear and tear, put a little pressure, and maybe break down the paper a little bit. So she used a little something there. So I'm just going to bring in a little piece of paper like so, like a little tab, and I'm going to glue that down right there, right in the middle, just like so. So let's do that. Flip it over. That will just strengthen that bottom piece where the tie goes. And we're going to put that on next. Bring in my crocodile. And we're going to just do both holes at the same time. Just going to eyeball it. just like so. Put our eyelets in. Close those down. Okay. It's coming together, guys. It's coming together. Very cute. Delete that. Get some of this out of the way a little bit here so we can see through my mess. Okay, now I brought in some lace, some ribbon for the closure, and also some other decorative trim. And I think I'm trying to think of how I want to close this. Probably just a loop through like so. I don't need it that long. That should be good right about there. And tie it off. Okay. Do the other side the same way. Flip it over. Loop it through. Pull it snug and give it a little tie off. And you don't have to. You can leave it loose just in case you decide maybe you want to change the ribbon or something at some point. Totally up to you. There we go. And cut those down a bit. So this is our closure for the flaps here, guys. And you can close it right at the end. I'm going to bring mine up just a little bit to the bottom there. Just like so. And you've got yourself a little double bow. Just like that. All right, isn't that cute? Now I want to do a little inking with Vintage Photo. So I'm almost out of time here, so we may not be able to get this completely finished up, but I want you to be able to get the complete look and feel of the gorgeousness of this project, guys. I'm going to open this back up. And I love projects like these, is what mainly caught my eye. I love projects that can be standalone. This could be a standalone piece used, very functional, or it's small enough to be an accent and tucked into your journals, you know, an addition to. I love projects like that. And it's not necessarily a tag, you know, which we love making our tags and our journal cards, but these little mini kind of small projects, I'm just drawn to them. Plenty of journal space, you know, so that's what I mean by functional, because, you know, we've got a lot of room for journaling. Okay, I think I got it all. Alrighty, there we go, guys. Now I just need to decide. Let me close this back up so it'll help to keep the flaps down. And I want to bring in some, either some lace or some trim here. Okay, so I have this vintage lace, and I was thinking maybe that, or this. Ooh, that looks pretty too, doesn't it? Ooh, yeah, that's it. That's the one. Okay. I'm gonna pinch that corner just to help that glue set. Okay, trying to do this in one piece without having to cut it. See if I can pinch this corner down here. Keep it all in one piece. Reinforce a little glue there. And I think that'll work if I just give it time to dry. Okay, trim that off. And then just do the other side the same way. So I'm about out of time here, guys, but let me see if I can at least put some bling on it so you guys can see. I don't know where. Let's see how I want to do this. Maybe right there. I don't want to mess with this too much until that has time to dry. Maybe it's dry now. Isn't that cute, guys? Look at that. All right, well, I just need to do the same to this other side and we're done. I hope you like the project. Thank you for spending time with me today. I am truly grateful and appreciative to everybody that watches. Please leave me a comment. I will do my best to respond if you have any questions. Again, this is 100% inspired by Louise Heinzl's Junk Journal Art on YouTube, so please go over and I will link her channel in the box below. So I'm going to call that one a wrap, guys. Okay, that is it. Such a fun project, so pretty. Okay, all right, until next video, guys, thank you, take care, and God bless. Bye-bye.